Good evening. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Oh, come on in, come on in. I know I would not be before you long on this evening. You can go ahead and tag, share, invite someone that can come there, can come watch the replay. Um, welcome, 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 welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome to you. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome. Welcome. I hope that you've had a great day. Great last few days, to be honest with you. In the name of Jesus, I will not be leaving you long. I really wanted to just stop by here and give, I'm trying to stop this thing, and give a word of encouragement for you on this week. I pray that you all have been encouraged. Pray that no matter what you may be going through at this point in time, that you remain faithful, you remain focused, and that you remain encouraged, remain immovable, remain anchored. This will be a very busy week for me. Has been a busy year up until this point. This with still things that I have to get done. This year has just been flying, rolling. But nevertheless, you always have to um be on assignment. Um, um, Stay prayed up. Be ye ready, because you never know. Um, you never know about things in this life. But I tell you one thing, God is a good God. He's a merciful God. He's a gracious God. But I wanted to come by on this evening just to tell you, listen, it is what it is. So sure. Yeah. It is what it is. Sometimes we can spend so much time, and so many individuals are really wasting time in this hour, wasting time on things, on matters, on people, on situations, on things that really have been taking your mind, have been taking your energy, that have been taking your focus. And in this quarter that we're in the second quarter of the year. So the first quarter, you can't worry about what happened. The time you can't get back. What was done to you, you cannot change. Right? What was said, you can't change. The only thing that you can do is to move forward. They're gonna talk. They're gonna throw daggers. People out here, they lying. They backstabbing. They're walking away. Doors are being closed. But let me tell you something. It is what it is. It is what it is. I need for you to realize that it is what it is, and it's okay. We can't continue to cry and be over spilled milk. We cannot continue to be stagnant because we're waiting for approval, and we're waiting for this person to follow us, and we're waiting for this person to say this is going to be okay. Listen, many of you or have wasted so much time because you not, number one, seeking God's face, number two, being obedient to what He has told you to do, and number three, you were scared of the unknown. And that's understandable. It's not for us to know, it's for Him to know. All He wants us to do is leap. All He wants us to do is go forth. All He wants us to do is spread our wings. The intensification of the warfare that has been going on in this season, let me tell you, it's such, right? It's such of what it is. And it's supposed to be. Many won't make it out because although we know that trials and tribulations will come, we know storms will come, we know obstacles, this, that, and the other, it is going to come from some of the least of the individuals you may expect. The doors that may close will probably be doors that you really, really wanted to be open. Um, there are situations that have transpired. There are so many no's that you've received, but even in that, that is okay. That is okay, because guess what? It is what it is. You can't change things, and we have to be okay with being okay. We have to really be okay with it is what it is and be content with it, right? Because listen, there are some things that are going on, and it's going to get worse. Because why? This earth that we are on, that we live on, it's a wicked place, y'all. It's wicked. Got a lot of wicked things. But even, listen, even in this world, God has come. He overcomes the world. And we are supposed to be used as the light. But so many different people got their own motives, right? And let me tell you, the demonic warfare, it is so real, right? That's why you have to have your eyes open, your ears open. You can't be attached to any and everything. You have to be mindful where you put, listen, where you walk in your feet. You can't be attached to everyone. You can't go in all different directions. You got to be careful in this season. You got to be careful. There's so many things that are really going on that have been purposed to go on. But even though the good, bad, the ugly, the blessings and the failures, listen, listen, they have been orchestrated. It's nothing that happened, is things that are happening to us that God doesn't already know, you know? So we gotta stop having chips on our shoulders. We got to suck some things up, right? It may be hard. Sis, bro, listen, I know you've been knowing this person all this long time. Your mom, your cousin, your sister, whomever it can be. There's work to do. There is a work to do on this in this earth. And many have been sidetracked because they don't have the position of it is what it is. God, it is what it is, God, but whatever you said do, I'm going to do. I cannot remain in the place, in the stagnation, and in where that I was last year. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Right. And then you got to be mindful not only of who you're attached to, who you're listening to in this hour. Because everything and everybody that say they not serving the same individual. They're not serving the same God. They're serving idols. They're serving themselves. It's so many demonic forces out. And remember, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities. This is dark rulers of the dark world. Listen, that sit in high places. So you got to know what you're fighting in this era, what you're fighting, what is actually going on right now. Because if you don't, you will be consumed. As long as you focus on what is, what was, why, and not be like, you know what, Lord God, it is what it is. God, whatever you have for me to do now, I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward in what you've called me to do. No more being stagnant. No more doing whatever I want to do. No more going doing things my own way. No more responding wrong. God, show me, guide me. Because as long as I focus over this right here, I will never get to the place of where you called me to be. Y'all, I'm encouraging you. Chop it up. It is what it is. No hard feelings, no love lost. God, I thank you. Thank him for keeping even your mind. Because some of this stuff has been tough on you. And you haven't been knowing how to maneuver in it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. As long as you go to your maker, as long as you continue to go to your source, as long as you understand, listen, God, it is what it is, but I shall not quit. God, it is what it is. I shall not throw in the towel. It is what it is. I shall not slap that person in their face. God, it is what it is. I shall use my words carefully. God, it is what it is. I shall not try to get revenge. This not the time in this season to try to get revenge. It's not the time in this season for you to try to get your story out or to show so people can see what it's not. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes people dig holes for themselves. You ain't got to dig it for them. You ain't got to be worried about, well, this person's gonna make me look bad. It does not matter. Allow people to dig their own holes. You cannot go around literally trying to do wrong things to people and think that God will cover and protect, because he will not. God, and I've been telling people this, and it's the truth. He's done doing things expeditiously. I'm telling you, it's not you keep engaging in sin, and 4, 5, 6 years later that his wrath comes. No, because he is tired of the mischief. He's tired of the line. He's tired of the backstabbing. He's tired of the witchery and the witches and the demonic things that have been going on, and people trying to stand behind the word of God. And it is not so. Many hearts are not right. You attacking the people that you shouldn't even be attacking. You going into problems and not bringing in solutions. It's just drama and being divisive and all of those things. That is not the Lord. That is not God. It is not. Even when he has us to do things and stand up for righteousness' sake, it's still a way that we're supposed to do things. We cannot allow this listen, these demonic different things that are going on to force us to be outside of God's will, and then try to stand behind, well, in a moment of this and that I responded. No, that's not good. That's the enemy. That is the devil. And you allowing the enemy to operate. Yeah, when stuff happens to you, yeah, it is what it is. You got to chop it up. But as long as you respond in a way that you're not supposed to, God is not satisfied with that. In every idle word, every idle action, every idle thing that's not aligned to the will of God, we will repay. We will have to pay for. So stop trying to do things in your own way. Seek the Lord. Sometimes, and I look and I observe and I see a lot of things, and we got to listen. It is what it is. You cannot in yourself change and do things, right? But God can. Even when it's hurting you, allow God to move it. Stop going around trying to do things yourself and make people listen. One thing God is doing in this season, he's exposing individuals and the ones that have the hearts are wrong. He is. He is. He is doing those things. That's why. And I knew, and I was telling individuals, I knew last year, because the God was showing me some things that he needed for me to do for the year to come. Some things that he was going to identify, pull the cover, just certain things. And you know what? I could have been ill. I could have retaliated. I could do so many different things. But not only does the God not get the glory, me responding not well causes so many other things, and then different people that's attached to me. It causes so much ruckus. And I know there is a God that not only fights my battles, even for the daggers and the individuals that may talk and be lying and backstabbing and doing a lot of different things. It is what it is, because they will reap. Mhm. They will. The conversations that the Lord has gave me privy for me to hear and to see the face. Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. It, in this season, listen, don't let nothing take you off course. God is doing a thing, and you better know God for yourself. You better not be running behind just titles and degrees, all these other things that know, because God is real, and we can fake a lot of things, but God, He's the true maker, and He knows. So stop just sitting around worried about all these other things. Time is going by, time is flying by. It really is. Pray more, cover people, because listen, we're supposed to be doing that for one another instead of a lot of the things that is going on that shouldn't be. But don't you get discouraged. Don't you quit. Don't you throw in the towel. Don't you take matters in your own hand. It is what it is. And allow the Lord to work it out on your behalf. If you would allow Him to do just what He said He would do, He shall do it. But you got to allow Him to do. So take a step back, dust your shoulders off. Listen, it is what it is. You got greater work to do. You got people depending on you. You have bigger fish to fry. There's some things that you're trying to recover from, get restored from, and you need to work on that. And don't let the outside things start to bother you and cause you to get sick, cause you to be sick, cause your mind to be not at peace or at rest. As I said before, chop it up. It is what it is. Give it to the Lord. He said, cast your cares upon Him, for He cared for you, and allow Him to work it out on your behalf. I hope that I said something this evening that can resonate with your spirit. We're in this together, y'all. There's no big eyes. There's no little eye. Listen, we're all in this together. There's nobody better than nobody else. And there's a spiritual warfare going on. And many of you are being caught up in it because you're looking with your natural eye and not with your spiritual eye. You're doing things in your natural way and not by the spiritual ways of the Lord. So be encouraged. Do what you're supposed to do. Be obedient and follow the Lord. And if there's anything that you know that you have done that wasn't pleasing in the Lord's sight, even if you weren't fully wrong, it's season for forgiveness. Forgiveness as well. We cannot expect God to do for us and for those individuals attached to us if we don't get things right that we need to get right. God is not pleased with some of the things that have been going on, and it's up to us to get it right. So stay focused, stay prayed up, stay grounded, stay anchored, stay believing and trusting God that He would do exactly what He said. Be blessed.